it's dark at the moment, obviously. So as people wake up and as the sun rises, they're going to see the amount of damage. So planes, trains, and automobiles, the old film comes into being here. It's not snow this time around. Mother Nature's delivered the wind. It's delivered some floods. I think the best thing to say is expect disruption. How did you like London Bridge this morning? I see you blowing around when you
Yes.
report.
I did record a quick video for my Twitter feed. You can see it at Jay Hansen Radio of me outside the News UK building by London Bridge. And it was blowing a hoolie, although not as bad as other parts of the country, it would seem. What is the latest?
No, I think I think we got this one right as meteorologists when we said the north and the west are going to be the most affected places, and they were. There was actually, I mean, we're all under I say all, virtually most of the country's under amber at the moment, an amber warning. That will actually disappear around about 6 o'clock this morning. So I'm hesitant to say it, but yes, it is getting better in terms of the general weather picture. Isha is leaving the stage. The cold front is leaving Kent and the Orkney Isles simultaneously as I speak. So we're into the colder air behind now. Look, the best thing to say here, because the winds that we got yesterday in those northern and western areas, 80, 90 miles an hour, and that won't necessarily be the places that got most of the damage, because they'll be more remote areas rather than necessarily populated areas. So the 50, 60, 70 mile an hour gusts that occurred quite widespread across the country, that's where the problems are going to be. It's dark at the moment, obviously. So as people wake up and as the sun rises, they're going to see the amount of damage. So planes, trains, and automobiles, the old film comes into being here. It's not snow this time around. Mother Nature's delivered the wind. It's delivered some floods. I think the best thing to say is expect disruption, and you probably will not be disappointed if you're wishing to get from A to B. Check with operators. That's I think that's the key here, because obviously they'll be in touch with their own areas, and I think it is that it's a very local, regional thing rather than necessarily a nationwide thing. So you've mentioned some things that are not happening at this moment in time, and I think, excuse me, as you go through the morning, things will obviously become a little bit more apparent as to the damage done and the disruption that needs to be avoided. So there we go.
Yeah, I mean, just to run you through some of the other travel disruption today, overrunning engineering works between Gatwick Airport and East Croydon are causing delays to services to the south coast. I mentioned the issue with no trains on LNER, and also ScotRail has cancelled all of its rush hour trains and services may not begin running until later. A total of 18 other train operating companies have issued weather-related travel information and advice, so check your journey before you travel. As for the roads, the A36 in Somerset is closed in both directions between the A366 and the A4 in Bath due to a tree which has fallen into the road. And as I say, the A15 Humber Bridge is closed in both directions to high-sided and vulnerable vehicles due to strong winds. I mean, we've had this warning, Jim, about staying away from windows. I don't know about you. I've never heard that before. How unusual is that?
I tell you where that comes from. That comes from the hurricane preparedness warnings that go out. In other words, what tends to happen if you're near windows, flying debris like tiles or even branches, things like that, they can come through windows, and of course the glass then becomes an extra problem, not just the physical structure that's coming through your window, but the glass as well. So that's what it is. I've got a book coming out actually in April in the UK, and I'll be on Times Radio talking about this at some point, and it's called Surviving Extreme Weather. Well, that yesterday and last night and to a degree this morning is extreme. So really, the first point of call there is not put yourself in harm's way. And sometimes when things are flying around and you can see them or even feel them, then standing by windows isn't probably the best idea. And this morning, it really is a case of going out there and taking your time. If you can take your time, if you can delay, for example, if you're listening at the moment and you're about to travel and it's dark, you might want to think to yourself, can I delay it an hour or two and till the light comes so I see better? Because trees will be down, branches will be on roads. It's all of that sort of chaos, bins in the middle of. they might seem like small things, but you know there'll be some big stuff out there. But the little things can cause just as many problems. So
Mm.
really, it's paying attention, taking your time, not rushing at things, not thinking you've got a bullet from A to B, because a lot of the A to B will not be in action at least for a time this morning.
And so, when is Storm Isha expected to pass, Jim? How long have we got these conditions for?
Okay, so I said the cold front's passing Kent and Orkney simultaneously at the moment. What we
Oh, Jim, we've just lost you there.
the
Oh, we've got
oh,
you back. Sorry, carry on.
look, sorry, yeah, a bit of internet, or maybe a bit of storm problem. You never know. Look, yeah, so we've got the afterburners now kicking in. This is the strong winds that come. So we're slightly in the colder, cooler air behind it. It's still gusty. The showers that come along, particularly in the west and the north, they're going to have a bite to them. So it's still, and the yellow warnings, by the way, go up to about midday today, and I think it's about fair. I think we'll see things gradually relax as the day goes on. So we're coming out of it to a certain degree. The actual center of the storm now is in the northern North Sea, so it's more or less out of the way. As I say, she's leaving the stage. Time to look around, pick up the damage, see what's out there, and as I say, be careful, take your time.
And just finally, Jim, it
Yeah,
seems to me as if we have had more storms than normal this winter. I mean, we're on what Storm Isha, which is an I, even though it sounds like an E. So I don't
yeah.
know if that I don't know if that means anything that we're up to I already. But have we had more storms this year?
Okay, so that's number nine. Uh, I actually thought that could be a record, but I've been corrected. 2015, 16, there was 11 storms. It's not that long ago, by the way. So I think we're still in that sort of thing to say, yeah, these storms are coming along. Yes, previously to that, we didn't name the storm. So this is a relatively new sort of phenomena to name the storms. And there have been storms in the past. I don't want to say that there wasn't. That's the wrong thing to do. But some of the number of storms and some of the intensities that are coming along, you put that combination together with everything else that's going on and has gone on, not just in the UK, but globally. So we get weather events and then we get weather plus events. The weather plus is the bit that's added by climate change, and that's what we are now seeing.